Welcome to World News segments on Independent Television Main News. I am Rosalind Eworame. Former U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations and two-term governor of South Carolina, Nikki Haley, is reportedly poised to announce she is seeking the 2024 Republican presidential nomination. The 51-year-old will become the second major Republican candidate for the presidency after her former boss, Donald Trump, launched his bid in November. Ms. Haley will be the third Indian American to seek a presidential nomination. Elsewhere, mourners and protesters have gathered and clashed at the funeral for Cardinal George Pell in his Australian homeland. The Catholic cardinal died in Rome last month at the age of 81 after complications from hip surgery. Formerly one of the Pope's top aides, Cardinal Pell was Australia's highest-ranking Catholic, but his public image was tainted by unproven allegations he concealed and committed child sexual abuse.
George Pell was a vile, bigoted monster, someone who claimed that abortion was a worse moral scandal than priests abusing children.
Similarly, at Tari Nichols' funeral, there was also intense anger over the savage way in which he was beaten by officers, along with passionate appeals for police reform and legislative change. Vice President Kamala Harris, speaking at the funeral, said it is now non-negotiable that Congress must pass the George Floyd Policing Act. The bill aimed to increase police accountability.
This is a family that lost their son and their brother through an act of violence at the hands and the feet of people who had been charged with keeping them safe.
Meanwhile, U.S. President Joe Biden has vowed to sign it if it comes to his desk. And finally, on the world news, the U.S. had secured access to 4 additional military bases in the Philippines, a key bit of real estate which would offer a front seat to monitor the Chinese in the South China Sea and around Taiwan. With this deal, Washington has stitched the gap of U.S. alliances stretching from South Korea and Japan in the north to Australia in the south. And that wraps up the world news segments on Independent Television Main News. I am Rosalind Eworame. Good night.